Hey, what's up guys? I'm Brian. This is Tech Therapy. Thank you so much for watching. Today's video is a classic Best Buy walkthrough where I go in so you don't have to. It is the week of the Super Bowl, perhaps the best time to buy a TV other than Black Friday throughout the entire year. The prices are way down. They will go up briefly before dropping again when the new 2023 TVs come out. And in many ways, this is the absolute best time to buy for certain individuals. It is also the worst time to buy for certain individuals. Let me explain.
I've seen things people wouldn't believe.
Before we go into the store, the channel is called Tech Therapy after all, and there's one disclaimer I must give you. It is the best time to buy the top models. Everything is on sale. Some sales are massive, big drops. If you're confident, you've made your mind up, you've done all of your research, keep in mind you've had, I would say, an entire year, except keep in mind the displays come out staggered throughout the year. So you've had less than a year. We are now in February 2023. Every TV we'll be discussing is the 2022 version. High-end, mid, entry, all of them are covered in this video. If you're confident you know exactly what you want, it is the best time to buy. Pull the trigger. Don't hesitate. Don't wait to save another $50 or $100. Now, I'm not saying that's not a lot of money. I'm just saying if you want that TV, go out and grab it. That next group, buyer's remorse, cannot be part of this discussion. If you're somebody who is afraid of what's coming out next, you only have a few weeks before the Samsung S95C releases, followed by LG, followed by Sony. Sony hasn't even, at the time of this video, announced their models. Nothing that we've heard or seen is set in stone. Prices, releases, models, even though they've been out there, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing has been reviewed. All you've had is many first impressions. So if you're somebody who is on the fence and a little bit worried about next year's models, I would not buy right now. For the rest of you, if you're confident, run out, grab your favorite display. But if you're someone who is prone to buyer's remorse, it is the diciest time of the year right now. You have no idea what the nits are, what the performance is, contrast ratio, the reviews. You have no idea what's really coming in just a few weeks. So if you can be a little bit patient, it's not the time to buy. I would wait, even if you're looking to buy last year. And I'll tell you this year looks to be a major jump or the smallest upgrade we have ever seen. We have no idea just yet. But if you're confident, you know what you want, grab it. If you're not sure, I certainly wouldn't buy right now. That said, let's run into the store. All right, guys, let's start off with the 77-inch Sony A80K, second generation Sony OLED behind the excellent A80J. Can't wait to see what they bring this year. I'm really hoping for an 83-inch version of this lineup. The A80 is a crowd favorite, one of the best TVs out there. As we look over at the X95K and the X90K, the full array local dimming entry to their high end and their mini LED flagship, the X95K. X90 is up on top. X90 is one of the most popular TVs of the year, just like the X90J before it. X95K was the return of the backlight master drive. You'll see all these TVs more than once. I like to show this as if you're walking through the store yourself. And here we have the king of TVs, the Sony A95K, the best TVs ever made. It was crowned king of TVs by Value Electronics. And keep in mind, all the prices you see here are price matched by all of the retailers, including our good friends at Value Electronics. But always support your mom and pop stores as well as your brick and mortar. So important for you guys to be able to walk in and see these beautiful displays in person. A95K is absolutely gorgeous. Came out a little bit later in the year, was more expensive, but its build quality is so solid. Some of you didn't like the way it was built. I love the way it was built. Very heavy, very premium, but that is up for debate. As we look over my shoulder at the A90K, 42 inch and a 48 inch. It was a weird placement for Sony, considering it was successor to the A90J, but without the heatsink, as we look back at the A95K. Show you a little bit of the back of it. Very sturdy, very well built. And again, I'm going to pan back and show you different parts of the store as we look down at the 900B, 8K, and the QN85. This is where Samsung decimates everyone, is brute force. So what I mean by that is a lot of different options. They have their 8K, 800B, 900B. They have their 6, their 7, 8, their 9. They have the 95, the Q85. They have a 75. When you see these prices here, keep in mind that for $37.99, you have a 65-inch 8K TV, which, again, the 900B is awesome. Or to my right, you're going to see an 85-inch QN95B for the same price. The 85, again, fan favorite from last year. They just come at you with so many options. It's hard for your one TV and your lineup to fight three TVs that are close to it. As you look at the 85-inch QN95, this is basically a QN90B with the One Connect box and the processor from their 8K QN900. Gorgeous display, and there's another QN900 there. But the 85-inch to be the same price as a 65-inch 8K is unbelievable. There it is there. That's a great price for an 85-inch TV. I had to reiterate, it's actually $100 less. But let me know what you think about each of these lineups, the battle plans, as we're getting ready to go into the 2023 year. As I'm filming this, there are rumors that the S95C will be available this weekend, which goes against what is in the dealer portal. And here's the frame that everybody loves to see. I don't know why people are so fascinated with this TV, but there it is. But if it does release early, it'll be very similar to last year's S95B, where it took the world by storm, messing up the plans of every other manufacturer. It's going to be an exciting year, but it gets dicey when they get dropped like that. Here we're looking at the LG G2. Now, I believe this one on the wall is actually, this one is a G2. For a long time there, they had the G1 up. And here's the price for that. G2, again, one of the leading OLEDs last year with the heatsink, very bright. And then you have this little Samsung spinny LED. A lot of people love this. Pretty cool. Not sure why you would need that. But as we move over to Samsung, this is where, oh no, we'll skip that. Let's go back to this real quick. This is your more value-based wall for Best Buy. I rarely show this, but what's interesting about this pricing with the X80 and the TCLs and some of the LGs is the prices are very similar. However, the quality, as you can tell, is all over the map. At this range, you sometimes lose anti-reflection, you lose brightness, you lose color gamut. So it's always dicey buying in this category. TVs do not look similar at this range. Look how different they all look there. Now, what's interesting here, as I show you the top, this is where the Hisense U8H was. And a shout out to Hisense to say, if you guys really had more of those U8Hs, you would have sold. They're one of the best-selling TVs last year and one of the most popular TVs last year. And there it is from my video. But the fact is, if they sold that display unit, that indicates there's none other coming in. That's the only reason why they sell those. Now, here's where Samsung, again, brute force. They have your QN90B, your 70, your 80, your 60. And they place them this way on purpose. Their thoughts are show you the incremental differences between 6, 7, 8, 9. They have a Q800. A lot of times their flagship will be right here where this 800 is. It'll be their 900. The 900 is actually in the Magnolia area, but they show you each one. Where Sony's, I will show you later, they have their largest panel to be the 80 series, which is one of their best sellers, but not nearly their highest end. So the different battle plans that these companies have are very interesting. LG's more like Sony, where they'll have a bigger, larger, high-end TV in the middle. Samsung likes their crown jewel to kind of be in the middle. Here, the 800 is here instead of the 900. And they'll kill you with so many. And here's another 70. They put the 70 and the 75. So many options. But to prove something to you guys quickly here as we pan over, that one of the best TVs in the world is being hidden by Samsung. And it's right there. S95B from last year. It is literally set apart from the rest of their lineup. It is put with the cheaper displays. The other ones are 70s. Here you have the 65 and the 55 next to each other. Arguably the best looking TV in the whole store. Second best, maybe the A95K. That's up for debate. And here they are in the not bargain section, but not far off from there. So in my humble opinion, QD OLED from Samsung is literally poised to fight LG to make way for their mini LED lineup. Best value in TVs last year was the S95B by a lot. 55-inch, 65-inch. The only real drawback were the random firmware updates and the lack of options in size. Also, quality control became an issue later in the year with bent screens, but they're absolutely amazing. As we pan over to LG, you have your B2 and your C2. To further complicate last year, for me, the C2 came in as the first panel I had seen, followed by the G2, then the S95. What's interesting is by the end of the year, the C2 was my TV of the year, simply because it did everything very well, and it was an amazing value with so many sizes from 42 to 83. So it started off the year as being, that's okay, to being the best value. And when you look at the price of the 77-inch, it's unbelievable that this price is here. That's a C2 there. Look at that price. For a 77-inch OLED, guys, the C7, $15,000, C8, $12,000. Not that many years ago. I love that they have the new demos that we saw at CES that were on the G3 and C3. They have them here. There you actually have the QNED lineup, which I wish they would follow up with. It is IPS, and it is a very good display, a very good first effort. Here's the only one they have left. I really wish they were bringing more of that this year. Mini LED, great viewing angles. It is IPS. I wish it was VA, but it does look VA in nature. Here's Sony's lineup. As I mentioned, you have your 80 here, your largest 85. It doesn't look the best, but at this size, people tend to go after it because the other panels next to it are so much more expensive. Over the years, at that size, sometimes you'd lose local dimming, but it's a fan favorite. Very affordable, huge, but you can see the differences in, again, their battle plans, the way they like to approach the consumer. Here's our high end if you want it, but we have a large one here that's much cheaper. It makes the other one leap out at you. It's a very interesting strategy by them. And here they are more full frame with full screen demo material. Sony is yet to release their true lineup yet, though we can all speculate. You won't see that till the end of February, early March. And the whole Best Buy walkthrough wouldn't be complete without showing you Vizio, which I wish would let us know what they're planning. They still pay for this kiosk, unlike TCL and Hisense, though TCL does have a small kiosk here. They still rent this space. Let us know what you guys are doing, Vizio. From what I'm hearing, data-wise, Vizio is still up there with TCL and Hisense in terms of sales. Now, that could be TVs, soundbars, but they still sell a ton. Panning over to the rest of the store, what do you guys think? Are you guys ready to buy? Have you bought? Let me know in the comments if you have bought, or are you waiting a little bit longer to see what the 2023 lineup delivers? Will MLA be a big difference? Will these things change your mind? Will the QD OLED being a bit brighter affect you? Just panning around the store quickly as we show the S95. This is always going to be the big matchup. I'll do an S95, A95K slider here for you guys. Two top TVs last year in terms of new leap in technology. As I mentioned, we're going to see a big jump from these two or just an incremental upgrade. We won't know until they're out. Now, I'll say shout out to Jim from Best Buy, this local Best Buy. He's worked very hard at making sure the store is very neat. Sometimes Super Bowl can be very messy. TCL, you have this little kiosk here. You'll see me walk away and then pan back. I have no idea what TV is up there. They need some clarity. Their lineup will change this year and be more simplified as we look at all the LGs here lined up. For Hisense and TCL, if you want to be taken seriously and not be considered a brand name, you really can't be on the floor. Now, LG is on the floor here, but it's just positioned very differently than what you're going to see from TCL as I turn around. Because they have these TVs all on display. Here's their soundbars. He has it set up really nice and neat versus cluttered. Great job not blocking the other TVs as has been done in the past. So shout out to Jim from Best Buy. And as I turn around and you look at Hisense and you look at TCL, this is what makes the perception of bargain brands. Being on the floor, having your cheapest models out, they have to stop doing that. Show your U8H. Be proud of your flagships. All right, guys, I'm Brian. This is Tech Therapy. Please consider liking and subscribing. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. There's another Vizio there, the lowest end. Hope you guys are doing well. Again, if you're making a buy, let me know. What'd you buy? What are you waiting for? I hope all is well. Just a few weeks or maybe even this weekend until the S95C comes out. All right, guys, take care. Love you guys.